Hello, it's me, and me is Bella, and I'm glad you're here to watch this interior with me. It's finally time for this huge interior. It's even more than 30 minutes, and I'm so excited to finally get to show you this, because as you know, if you've seen the exterior of this build, I have built all of this in one go. Well, as far as you can build this 20-hour build in one go. It's not literally one go, but it was 1 week. And you finally get to see this, and that's very exciting. We're starting out with this guest house, which is also the pool house. So if you remember, this top floor that I'm furnishing right now is right next to the pool. So this is theoretically the living area of the guest house, and then I thought as long as there's no guests staying, or potentially even when there's guests staying, you would also use this as a pool house. So that's why this also has a mini fridge and a stove and a bar and a little lounge area, so you could, if you needed some shade or a drink, then you could go here and chill a little. Chill a little. Sorry, I'm going slightly mad, and I don't mean the Queen song, although that's epic. A great song. Just so good. Okay, back to this build. This is the bathroom, which is theoretically the ensuite to the guest bedroom in this guest house. But so I'm thinking if you wanted to use the bathroom while you were chilling at the pool, then you would also have the option to use this bathroom, because getting to the bathroom in the main villa would take forever. The way there is so incredibly long, just because the doors are placed in such a way that you'd have to go around the entire thing basically. So that is the possibility I've put in here for your perfect chill pool experience. Or I guess your Sims' perfect chill pool experience. And then this is also quite the nice place for the guests to stay at. I mean, I'm personally dreaming of having a place like this guest house, and don't even get me started on the main villa. So the style is pretty similar. You can probably already tell that I'm using a lot of the items from Felix's Florence set, because it's just perfect for this place. I also just love it so much. I don't know, I somehow managed to put Florence items in every build that I do with Patreon exclusive content. They're just so beautiful. They have that perfect texture. They're so elegant, and they basically fit whatever I built. I just managed to put them in there, and that's so much fun. And I personally really like the style that I've built this entire villa in. It's also a little different from what I usually do. So of course this is very grand, which gave me the opportunity to do some crazy luxurious things and just furnish so many rooms and make them really big and luxurious. So that's something I really enjoyed, that I got to do that, that I allowed myself to do that. And you will also spot a few of the new organic interior items. I mostly use them on the top floor because they are way more natural, a little rustic, and at least I think they didn't really fit this very grand interior style that you are seeing downstairs. So the top floor is a little more cozy and private. It's on the shortest wall height, and I just felt like the whole natural wooden vibe fit a little better up there than down here, which is more elegant and has a lot more stone, I guess, and lots of tiles. Oh, I loved using the colonial tiles by Felix Andre all over this build. They're so gorgeous. They're so freaking pretty. And they have this really nice border around them. And I don't know, but putting patterns on floors just does something to a place. It's just automatically so elegant and so intricate, and I love it. I love doing it. And I love how they look a little worn down and used, and it was just perfect for this build. I use that word a lot, perfect. But I'm just very easy to impress, you know? I guess I also impress myself very easily, apparently. So this is the dining room that I was talking about in the last build. I was kind of spoiling it because I was talking about how the mansion that I was referencing has a dining room that seats 22 people, which is insane. And then there's also a less formal dining room that is part of the kitchen. So I don't know if I would even call it dining room. I mean, it's pretty big, that part of the kitchen, but it's just a chair and it's a table and 6 chairs, not the other way around. That was everything you need, really, at least if you ask me. But this place definitely looked like it had a proper formal dining room, so I put one in there. And then this is the bathroom that is downstairs. There's 2 bedrooms. I mean, no, that's not true. There's 4 bedrooms in this place. One is the guest bedroom that you've already seen in the guest house. Then there's 2 just double bedrooms, and then there is a kid's bedroom on the top floor. I originally did not want to put a kid's bedroom in here, but I did not want to take that option away from people staying here. As this is in Salvadorada, it is theoretically, if you don't use mods, it's automatically a rental. And I thought it just probably wouldn't make sense to not have a kid's bedroom if this was a rental in real life. So there's one on the very top floor. It's a little more cozy. It's not as elegant as all these other rooms down here. Although I have to say, I definitely was not building this as a rental. I was not thinking of this as a rental when I furnished this. Although who has that kind of money? Who has the money to live here? But then again, who has the money to rent this place? So maybe I will just stop talking about it. I will not question my own ways. We've moved on to the kitchen, which obviously has a built-in wine cooler. Duh. And I really liked this modern kitchen design. You know me. You know I built the way I built. And this is exactly what felt right for this place to me. You can see a few sneak peeks of the hallways from time to time through the open doors. I did cut all of those out, and then I also cut one bathroom, I think. And then also the entire floor plan, the layout, the stairs, the floors, the wallpapers, all of that. Because that took me 3 hours, not kidding. And not Sims hours, actual real life hours. Not complaining though, I had lots of fun doing it. I was, for the interior, mostly inspired by actual interiors in warm places. So that's mostly what I was looking for. I was looking at lots of Italian, Spanish, Latin American places or interiors and interior designers. And yeah, I tried to make this place make sense and then also make it look cool. I love these chairs. Here, by the way, this is the more informal dining area, and I loved using the new organic interior chairs. Also, I would still consider this a big dining room on its own anywhere else, but in comparison to this villa, it feels kind of small, which is insane. And here you can see me trying to use the floor tiles, or I guess the border of the floor tiles, as an accent piece basically around the kitchen island, which I think worked wonderfully. Very surprised by that, and I am very much looking forward to using these tiles in more builds. One patron has voted for another Parisian / house minion build in the latest poll that I did, and I think I might want to do one of those again. I think those tiles would look pretty good there. But then there's also so many other builds that I want to do, and then everyone also has great ideas, and then I also want to build things that my patrons want to see. And I'm actually ahead of schedule right now, which I feel like is only possible when I do a huge build like this that is split into 2 parts, because if it it overworks me for 1 week, but then the next week I've got that tiny advantage, and this week I've managed to use it, and I've already finished next week's build as well, which is also very nice because it's my birthday this week, and now I've got a little more time this week to celebrate if I wanted to, I guess. I'm not really a big fan of birthday celebrations for myself. I love it for everybody else, but I've never really done that for myself. I don't know why, because it's not that I don't like attention. I definitely like attention. But yeah, I guess I'm just not really used to it for some reason. And I don't like to make a big deal out of it. Although, as I said, I love that for everybody else. And there is something to celebrate in my life, which is not my birthday, which is that my favorite restaurant is not closing as I thought it was. So I have a favorite restaurant which is very close to where I live, and it's so good, and it's very small, and I would say not very well known, but everybody who knows it loves it because it has great food. It's not very expensive. It's just the perfect restaurant. And I wanted to go there the other day with some friends, which must have been like 2 weeks ago. And I don't know, a few days before that, I drove past it and it was closed. And I was a little confused about that, but I was too far away to see if there was a note in the window or something explaining. I don't know, it was vacation time, so I thought maybe they were just on vacation. And then, as I said, a few days after that, I wanted to go there with some friends. And again, it was closed. And there was not a note in the window or anything explaining why it was, but it was a Monday. And at least where I live, I don't know if that's a universal thing, but where I live, Mondays are a popular rest day for restaurants where they are closed. So that was my explanation that time. And every time I walked or drove past it, I got a little more worried as it still looked closed. So the other day my friend did some research and couldn't find anything anywhere. They weren't answering any of the calls, so they had multiple phone numbers on the internet, and you couldn't reach them under any of them. And then after some digging, he found a Facebook page where they didn't really post anything, so I think as a business, it's just useful to have a Facebook page so you can link it to other things, probably your Google page and whatever. And so they hadn't posted, but other people had posted about how good the food was, and they were like posting pictures about this is what this place looks like. And the last post that was on that Facebook page was from March, which is quite some time ago. And it was this guy who had posted a picture of a fork in his hand. And he had written this very intense, emotional, I'm gonna call it melodramatic, text about how he went there and he remembered the owner because when the restaurant started out, he was talking to the owner and asking him why this restaurant is called what it is called, and he told him that it's his daughter's name, and it's all very emotional about how much he loved the food. And that the other day he went there and he saw the owner, and he had tears in his eyes, and he didn't want to talk to him. You could feel that the owner didn't want to talk to him, and he just gave him the fork and said, "You can take it home as a souvenir, a memento." And then he turned around and he mumbled, "It's over," and he left. As I said, it was very dramatic. And that worried me quite a bit. I didn't know how serious to actually take it, but on the other hand, this guy seemed to love the restaurant, I guess even a little more than I do. So why not trust him, you know? And then, yesterday, I was walking down that street and I saw people sitting in front of it, which got me very, very excited, but I also wanted to know what was going on. So I went in there and I talked to one of the people that work there, who are always so very nice. And I asked her if there was any talk of the restaurant having to close down, or if this were, I don't know, their last days. And I mentioned that I saw they were closed for a few days / weeks / I don't know, and I was worried, and then I saw the Facebook post. And she just started laughing and said, "Please ignore the Facebook post. We don't know the guy. We don't know who he is. As far as we know, he's never been here, and we're not missing a fork, and we're also not closing, and everything's fine." So it turns out they were just closed because there were some COVID cases and they had to. So that was fun. Good news to me, and also what's up with people. Got me worried, but yeah, now I've got a reason to celebrate, and that's nice. I'm sorry, I talked right through that first bedroom, which was actually French inspired, as the reference building is in France. I thought that was probably allowed, and it's very elegant, very green, and the most traditionally furnished room with this ensuite as well, which is very 19th century chic, which I do enjoy as well. But then the other rooms, and especially the other bedroom, which is right next to this one, is a little more modern. This definitely has modern elements. I mean, the whole bed basically on the floor, kind of askew, and then just plants and food and books and random stuff chaotically splattered around it. That is definitely a more modern concept, but I really loved marrying the two aspects together, and I think it works well. And then this right here, I'm gonna have to talk about that because that is definitely my second favorite room after the big living room. So this is a more informal living room / library, and I think it turned out very charming and charismatic. This is also the room where I remembered that I wanted to put the flaws, the scratches and stains and that sort of thing that I've put all over the outside of the building. I've wanted to put those in here too. And I started doing that in this room, and it adds so much character, and it's so lovely. It makes it look way more authentic. Oh, I'm doing that right now. It makes it look way more authentic, and I don't know, the whole room just looks so warm and Mediterranean, and I love the light coming in through those beautiful, beautiful doors from the Florence set. And I also really liked the balcony with the view to the waterfalls, and I can just imagine sitting in this library, having the doors open, a soft breeze coming in, and you're hearing the splashing and soft sounds of the waterfall. What a dream. That distressed rug is from the new organic interior collection. and it fit perfectly into this build. Probably gonna use this way too much, so you've been warned. Also, so exciting, I usually don't like the month ending. Time is an unfathomable concept and it scares me. But yeah, since I'm doing this and being a patron of Felix and Harry, the month ending has just gained this entirely new fun concept to it that is getting new custom content, which is almost as if it was a major holiday every month. Epic, and I'm very excited for next month, although neither of them have done any promo shots or sneak peeks yet. But yeah, very exciting, and I look forward to it, and I'm sure it's gonna be epic. I'm not really expecting beds or floor lamps, but I'm hoping for them. I'm also saying this, although I haven't really properly appreciated the organic items in a build. I haven't even built a proper farmhouse yet, which must be very disappointing to you. So I might do that sometime. I think I might want to start an actual monthly patron poll, just for the fun of it. I'm a sucker for feedback. I truly appreciate feedback and all of your comments. This is the second not bathroom. This is not a bathroom. This is a bedroom. Come on, Bella, get it together. This one is very modern. It has a pretty strict blue, yellow color scheme, which is not something I thought I would ever say. But I saw this inspiration picture, which looks nothing like this room. It just had very traditional old blue wallpaper and then gorgeous yellow, very modern chair. And that inspired me to kind of go for that look, at least slightly. As I said, it looks nothing like the picture, but sometimes the tiniest things inspire. I actually got that question the other day. I answered it privately. I got it on Tumblr. If you didn't know, I have a Tumblr. It's linked in the video description. I post sneak peeks sometimes and post when a video is up, and I respond to questions. Everyone can visit Tumblr or Tumblr blog, and I think everyone can send asks. Not too sure, but yeah, you can definitely visit Tumblr without having an account, and it's just a very comfortable place to put information or to talk to people. So I've got that, and yeah, so I got that question that asked where I get my inspiration from, and honestly, it's pretty random. I get inspired by lots of real life things, by music, by artwork, by interior blocks. Sometimes I look up very specific styles or things like I did for this build, and then also sometimes I just look up something specific and then that will, I don't know, remind me of something else or give me other ideas. So I think quite often I get inspired just by seeing an assortment of very different things, styles, types of art, and then it'll come together as something hopefully kind of cohesive. I know I'm not always super cohesive. I think I really was with this build, but that's something I'm working on, and I guess it's just that I have so many interests and I love so many different styles. I can never really decide on what I want to do, and that's why it's really hard for me to stay cohesive, because yeah, I just love so many different things. That's also why somebody, or I think twice I've been asked for a dream build or a dream apartment or like my dream home, and I don't think I could do that with a good conscience, as really every build I do is kind of my dream build in a sense. Looking at it from that particular angle, that is then exactly what I like about it, but I could never decide on just one thing that, or one build that marries all those aspects together, and I would have to change it constantly anyways, because believe me, it's a nightmare living with me, because I have to redecorate all the damn time. Anyways, we have reached the top floor, which hosts basically all of the activities or activity rooms, I guess. So this is the spa room. I loved using the updated spa day objects. This shelf is awesome. It's so cool. I can't believe this is not custom content. Just love a good glass shelf from time to time. You see there's still quite a few rooms up here, and I figured they would have been servants' quarters originally, as running a chateau this big would have taken lots and lots of people. Groundkeepers, chefs, butlers, nannies, you name it, this place probably had it. So I thought most of those would have been renovated, turned into more convenient rooms in these modern times. So this one's, for example, a foosball room. I could have sworn there was a pool table in The Sims. I don't know if I'm confusing The Sims 4 for some older Sims game. There definitely isn't. There's only these foosball tables and then the ping pong tables, which do not quite have the same vibe as a pool table, which I just have to say it would have fit better into this mansion. But still kind of fun using that in a build. I never have before, and I think this room still looks very, I don't know, elegant, I guess? Is that the right word? Expensive, maybe. It looks different from what I imagine a room with foosball tables to look like, and I did enjoy that about this room. And then there's also the kids' bedroom, which would have been servants' quarters as well. It's also a double room, so it has 2 kids' beds, and then originally it would have had 2 I guess those are actually not kids' beds either, they're just single beds, and then originally it would have had 2 single beds as well for servants to share. So I thought it just makes sense to keep one of those as a bedroom. And then there's also a music room up here. So if your Sims did have any particular hobbies or activities or just specific rooms that they needed, then it would be quite easy to switch one of these out for whatever fits your needs best. And then what you're seeing me building right now is an office in the tower, which is why I got to put this really cool Marie Antoinette ceiling in here. I had to size it down once, but definitely worth it, really cool. I love ceiling custom content. I also love ceiling design in real life. Something that I would definitely want in my dream home that I just explained I don't have. But yeah, I think that's something really enjoyable. And I made this an office because we know you need as many computer opportunities in The Sims 4 as you can get, so I've made sure to put enough in this build. At least that's what I'm hoping. And then I took a page from my real life interior design book, because I love to put seating basically everywhere, because I just want to throw myself on couches and cool armchairs and chairs and love seats and beanbags and swings and hammocks And that might be it. So I just really love seating and giving everyone the opportunity to just sit down anywhere and have a talk and drink a tea. And I really just want my place to be very comfortable for everyone. So I feel like sitting down or possibly even lying down is a big part of that. So that's why I like to put seating in offices. Also because I love to remind people that they need lots of pauses and they should chill out, especially when they're working, and take a nap and listen to their bodies. And I feel like this has just turned into some sort of sermon. Forgive me. So this is the kids' bedroom that I was talking about earlier. And I really like how this room came out. I basically like every kids' room I do with the Tiny Travelers collaboration, but then also I always instantly recognize that it's that very specific style. And I think I have said this in another build not so long ago, but yeah, I would be very excited to get just a tiny bit more kids room custom content just as an addition to this one to make it even more versatile. I think it is very versatile, and I've just been using the same colors and the same kind of theme a lot lately, which is probably my own fault, but then I also really like this, and it's one of those few types of kid bedroom designs that fits in this type of build. And that's something that's really cool, but I feel like almost every other type of room that I do, there are some in-game objects, mostly not base game, but with some pack came something that I feel like can accompany these custom content items, and then those basically elevate the in-game item with their design and might make the other item look like a design piece as well. But I don't really get that feeling from the kids items that the Sims 4 has. But maybe I just need to think about it a little harder, and I do love a good challenge. Maybe I'll just put that in one of the next polls, and maybe you'll make me do a cool new kids room. Although I really love this look, I'm gonna have to say this again, I love this very specific wooden toys kind of kids room aesthetic. I can see myself gravitating towards the same colors again and again, and I might have to challenge myself a little on that. The next build that as I said, I've already done, that is gonna come out next week. It's actually quite different from what I usually do. It was still a lot of fun to, again, go out of my comfort zone a little. It's still an old build with a more of a mix of modern and traditional interior, but still different. You're gonna see it. I don't want to spoil it, but it was, as always, fun to kind of split it up, and then I really figure out what my style is, because there are certain things that I just always manage to put in, or that are just important to me in interior design, I guess, or exterior design as well. So this is the last room that I'm doing. Thank you so much for watching this with me, and I'm really appreciative of your subscriptions. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't make sense. Of you being a subscriber. Oh boy, and your thumbs ups. Shit. Oh god, I really messed that up. Okay, have fun watching the video tour. Love you, kisses, bye bye. bye.